Hello everyone, this is Jeff Brady, once again your Director of Communications here in the City of Farmers Branch with another edition of Bloomin' in the Branch. This is our monthly video segment where we give you some expert tips on how to keep your garden green, or in this case, how to keep your trees healthy. And this month we are in the main rose garden here in Farmers Branch, our beautiful rose garden, with our expert gardener Ben Solis, our park supervisor. Ben, thanks for helping us out so much on these videos.
Oh, absolutely.
And we just want to mention that we're going to be talking about tree trimming, and this is a special tree.
That's right.
Right? Who are we talking about here?
We're talking about, this is a ginkgo tree. You don't see very many of these out, but it was actually dedicated to Pam Smith, who served this city. She was our landscape manager for 25 years.
25 years.
Yes.
And a lot of people here in Farmers Branch will remember Pam.
That's right.
And she's still around, she's just not working for the city anymore.
Yes.
So again, our topic today is tree trimming. And Ben, I think a lot of people are curious if they have a tree that needs to be cut back or trimmed somewhat, when is the ideal time to do it?
Okay, so what we have is, for the most part, when trees are dormant, between November and March. With the exception of the oaks, we have red oaks and live oaks that you want to catch. There's a time frame between mid-July and mid-February, because they're susceptible to catch oak wilt, which is a fungal disease, and so therefore you want to try and catch them only in that window of time.
But this is really the time to do it, during winter.
Wintertime during dormancy. It's the time when they're least susceptible to get infested by insects or any type of disease.
So question number 2, Ben, what should you look for to prune?
So in your tree, when you come up to your tree, you're looking for anything in the tree that's crossed, rubbing, dead, broken, anything that could fall on somebody. For safety purposes, we're looking at that. Now this is a small tree, so it's not going to make a big difference. But in a big tree, if you've got some big branches that are about to break, that's what you're looking for. You want to take those out and make it, if they're pointing downward branches, we'll take those out. For the most part, that's it. Dead, crossing, rubbing, broken, dying.
All right, question number 3 then really gets into the technique and the finesse of what is the proper way, Ben, to saw off or even cut off a limb when it's time to prune.
So it's a 3-cut method, and what you want to do is try to prevent, when we cut off this big branch, if we're cutting it back to here, we want to prevent it from falling and stripping off the bark down below. So we'll come out a little further and cut this branch about here, 1/3 of the way up, so that when you cut over here and you're making a cut and it swings down, it's not going to peel this all the way down the tree and create a spot that won't heal. And then our final cut is going to be right here, just beyond the healing collar. I don't know if you can really see it on here, but this one is a better example. This is the ridge that you want to cut at. It looks a little different, and you want to cut it there so it has the ability to heal itself.
That's the most likely place for the tree to heal.
That's right.
That ring around the limb.
The branch collar ring is going to close itself up, and it'll take care of itself without any type of pruning paint. We don't use the pruning paint here at the city. We feel like it inhibits the healing process.
Okay, great. And what if the branch is a very small one? Does it matter how you trim the small branches?
So anything below 1.5 to 1 inch, you could use some loppers. And in this case, we've got some really small ones. We could use just the hand pruners. And really it's the same process, except you don't use the 3-cut method because it's not as big. You're just coming in right at you don't want to get flush to the tree.
Oh, you don't? You want to get a little bit out?
Still want to get past this little ridge.
Right.
You can see the difference in the branch collar than the actual branch. So we'd come in there and snip that off. I'm not cutting this tree just yet, but For the small branches, that's what you could do. Hand pruners, then the longer 36-inch loppers.
For bigger branches.
And then once you get up to the inch and a half or bigger, then we would use either a chainsaw or if it was way up in the tree, we would use a saw on a pole saw.
All right, great. Thanks, Ben. So those are your expert tips for pruning your trees. Now is the time to do it. Get out there and take a look. You can see better, even in the winter, what limbs need to be cut back because all the foliage is gone. So thanks for watching this edition of Bloomin' in the Branch. We'll be back next month with more expert tips, and we'll see you then.